Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my end of year beauty favorites. I have a little bit of everything. I have lots of makeup, I have a little bit of skincare, and then I have some body care and some hair products. I am going to try to get through this video as quickly as possible, but no promises there. I will leave in the description box the timestamps of when makeup starts, skin starts, and hair starts. Just so if you guys want to see specific things, you can go to that directly. Before we get into my favorites, I kind of just want to touch on the year of 2017 for me was so crazy. A lot of things changed. I experienced some really amazing things. Probably went through one of the hardest things I've ever gone through in my entire life at the beginning of the year. But overall, this year was really, truly amazing. And I cannot wait for next year, this year technically, with my family. My family's changed so much that this year's going to be exciting. Lots of great things to come. I'm not really that big on New Year's resolutions. I've never really been one of those people that always says I'm going to do something. But this year, I have decided that I'm giving myself a beauty-related New Year's resolution, and 2018 is a no bleach year for me. I have been blonde or some sort of blonde ever since about halfway through my pregnancy with my oldest, who is now 3. And my hair was a Brillo pad. I mean, I just wanted to be blonder and blonder and blonder and blonder. And it got to the point where I was like, okay, enough. So clearly, I am not blonde anymore. I went back to being a brunette. My natural hair color is a little lighter than this, but I just wanted something darker and richer. So this year, I will not be putting bleach on my hair. I say that, but if you know me, I have a problem sticking to one hair color for too long. So I'm going to try my hardest. So with that being said, let's get into some hair products. So my hair has been so dry from all the bleaching, and I have been trying to find something that makes my hair feel soft and silky, because that's been quite the task lately. So I went to the store and I picked up a brand called Biomega. Now they are owned by the brand Caudalie. And I bought the small bottles to start with, and I fell in love with them. I've kind of found like a hair system that really works for me. So they make my hair feel like they got this giant drink of water, and I freaking love it. So this is the Biomega Moisture Shampoo, and then I have the Biomega Moisture Conditioner. The only thing I hate is I hate conditioners like this that you have to stick your fingers in. It makes me crazy. But I absolutely love these two. They have made my hair feel so different. Then after I get out of the shower, I wanted something to add a little bit of moisture and everything back in. So I picked up the Biomega Moisture Mist. This is basically just like a leave-in conditioner and a detangler, and I spray this in when my hair is towel dried. And again, this whole system that I've come up with has kind of just changed my hair. So this, I think, has a lot to do with it because it stays on my hair, it protects from the heat, and all of those things. Then the last hair product that I use is the Biosilk Silk Therapy. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I am obsessed with it. It says that it is a weightless leave-in silk replenishing and reconstructing treatment to repair, smooth, and protect all hair types. So this does help protect against the heat, but it just makes my hair feel so amazing on a day-to-day basis, because I don't wash my hair every day. I wash my hair maybe twice a week. So when I wake up in the morning, and even sometimes before I go to bed, I will like load this stuff on the ends of my hair just to really give it a good little hydration boost, and this has just made the world of a difference. So next I'm going to tell you guys about a body care item. This year for me was really big on my skin. I thought to myself that I spend so much time and money on my face. Why am I not doing the same for my body? So I started looking into hydration for my body, and I found this very recently and I fell in love with it. It is the L'Occitane Supple Skin Oil with almond oil. Oh my freaking God. I don't know why I ever lived without this stuff. And the best thing is it's in a spray bottle. I hate when you have an oil that you have to like squeeze out into your hand. It kind of gets everywhere. This, I could just spray it all over my body and then rub it in. It smells absolutely amazing, and I have noticed such a difference in my skin, the way it feels. I use this every time I get out of the shower, but then I will also add it like in the morning or at night, the opposite of when I shower, if I need a little bit of extra hydration. And this has just made such a difference in my skin. So like I said, for my skin, I do spend quite a bit of money and quite a bit of time to take care of my skin. And I've noticed there's a few products that have just been game changers for me this year with my skin. And the first one is the Caudalie brightening essence. Holy crap, this stuff is freaking amazing. I started using this and almost immediately noticed a difference. So if you don't know what an essence is, it's basically like a water type of formula, and you put it on your face after you're done cleansing, and then it helps everything that you put on top of it seep into your skin a little bit better. So you're gonna get more effect from the products that you put on top of it. So ever since I started using this, I just noticed my skin feels so supple and just so moisturized, and I have really dry skin, and it just has made my face not ever feel tight or anything. And I love that because like I said, I have really dry skin. So the next product I'm going to mention as well is for someone who has a little bit more of drier skin. And the next one is the Drunk Elephant b-hydra Intensive Hydration Gel. Now this stuff is again something that I've noticed has made such a difference. It comes in a clear gel consistency, and I just take a pump and a half and I just rub it in between my fingers and I press it into my skin. And again, this is something that has made sure that my face doesn't feel tight throughout the day, because that was a problem I was experiencing probably like a year or two ago, that I would do all of my skincare and then I'd go like this and it would just feel so tight because my skin just sucked everything up. So with the skincare routine that I have now, I don't ever feel tight or anything. And I feel that these two products have definitely made a difference in that. So the next products are for my lips, and they're lip scrubs. They're from Jeffree Star. They're the velour lip scrubs. And now I am someone who exfoliates my lips probably like at least once a day, sometimes even twice. And I don't like to use a lip scrub where you're sitting there rubbing in your lips, and the second it touches your tongue or your teeth or anything, you're like gagging and it's disgusting and it tastes like chemicals. That drives me insane. So these are actually edible. I mean, I don't recommend sticking a spoon in them and eating them, but when they do get in your mouth, they're kind of delicious. I like to use the minty flavored ones. So the one I use on a regular basis is wintergreen. I think that's what it's called. No, just kidding. Spearmint. It's the one I use on a regular basis, but then I bought his holiday collection one because look at that packaging. I mean, come on, that's gorgeous. And it is candy cane, so it's basically like a peppermint version. But I just like the mint ones because I actually do it right after I brush my teeth. So if it gets in my mouth, and I tried one over his summer collection. I think it was like watermelon something. And every time I got in my mouth, I was like, ew, this is gross, just because I always do it right after I brush my teeth. So I just prefer to do the mint flavored ones. But I just love these because, like I said, they're edible. If they get in your mouth, it doesn't feel gritty and gross and like you have sand in your teeth. Then my last skincare item is, I use it more of a makeup item, but it is the Melanie Mills Hollywood Gleam Body Radiance. So I guess technically this is a body makeup, but I use this on my face. I love this. I have it under my makeup today. I like to be glowy and I like to be radiant all day, every day, no matter what time of year it is. I just prefer to be very glowy. So I actually mix this in with my moisturizers, and it just makes such a difference because it doesn't give you coverage, but it gives you a little bit of color because it is rose gold. Well, it says it's rose gold, but you can see it's more of a gold. But it gives my face just a little bit of color, and then it gives me that glow, and it's just the perfect primer, I guess. I'm absolutely obsessed with it, and ever since I found this, I use this almost every single day that I do my makeup. So now we're going to jump into all of this makeup. I'm looking at my desk like I don't even know where to start. So I think we'll just go in the order that I do my makeup. So starting with primers. I actually got this primer from a girlfriend, and she bought it and just didn't like it. And at first I was like, yeah, I'm not really using it. But then I recently started filling in my pores, like just on my cheeks a little bit. And ever since I started using this to fill it in, it has made such a difference. And it is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Smoothing Balm in light medium. So it does have some coverage to it, which I really like. and it's like a thicker, pastier consistency. I just put it on and I push it into my pores right in this area. And I like the fact that it fills in my pores, but it also covers up a little bit of that redness on my cheeks because I do not wear foundation on a regular basis. I do not basically ever wear foundation all over my face. So I like that this gives me a little bit of coverage while it's also priming my skin. Then I have a color corrector. And if you're someone who's watched basically any of my videos, I cannot do my makeup without correcting my under eyes. I think my under eyes are awful. They're horrible. I always get told that they're really not that bad, but to me, my dark circles drive me insane. And I just use anything orange or peachy to cover it up. But this year I discovered the Becca Cosmetics, what is it called? The Under Eye Brightening Corrector, and holy crap. So this is like a very bright peachy color. And ever since I started using this, I almost feel like I could get away with not using an actual color corrector, like an orange color corrector. I still use them both together, but I just feel like this has made such a difference in my under eye. Like right here, I don't feel like I get dark throughout the day where I felt that way before I started using it. So for me, this stuff has just made such a difference. The only thing I think is really strange about it is the consistency. I don't know how to explain. It's very like almost waxy, which I think is a little strange, but it has some coverage to it, which I like. So when I use it, I don't feel like I have to use as much concealer on top of it because I'm getting a little bit of coverage from this color corrector. So for concealer this year, I feel like concealer was my thing because I stopped wearing foundation pretty much in spring. I just decided I'm not doing this anymore. I don't have time for this. I don't like the feeling of having that much makeup on my face. So I just started wearing concealer, spot concealing, and then concealing my under eye area. And when I first used Shape Tape, I hated it. I thought it was horrible, too much, cakey, drying, all these things. But ever since I got my color corrector, this has been my life. I freaking love this concealer. I use it under my eyes. I use it to spot conceal. I use it everywhere. And because I don't wear foundation, and for concealers, I actually have two of them. And the first one is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Now, when this first came out, I hated it. I thought it was the worst concealer ever. I didn't understand why everybody was raving about it. I thought it was drying. I thought it was too much coverage, which is weird, but I just didn't really like it. Then this year, I stopped wearing foundation all over my face, and so these have kind of become like my in place of foundation. I use two different colors. I use light sand underneath my eyes mostly, and then I use light medium honey as like a spot concealer, which in turn is like my version of foundation. I just kind of use it where I need to, blend it all out, and then I'm done. And they have just changed my makeup game. I feel like I've kind of perfected my everyday face, what I like. That's kind of what I'm wearing right now. And I absolutely love the look I get and the coverage I get without wearing a full face of foundation. And it's because of these two different concealers I'm going to talk about, but definitely because of these. And the next one is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Light 2 Vanilla. Now this concealer is way different than the Tarte Shape Tape. This one is a very natural finish and it is almost full coverage. It's not quite as much full coverage as the Tarte Shape Tape, but for me, this is the perfect this is the perfect concealer to use in place of a foundation because it has such a natural finish. So I usually take this and like on my chin, I will use it because my redness in my cheeks goes down to my chin. So I will use this to kind of conceal those parts of my face. But then I also use this on my no makeup days. So when I am like running out of the house and want to use as little makeup products as humanly possible, this is what I mostly am using. And then I am going to mention a foundation, and in the beginning of the year this was the only foundation I was wearing, and then now I kind of use it more as a spot concealer, and then I've also even used it to contour my face because I am so pale right now, and it is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer, and I have the color, let's see, 7. And I love this foundation. I still rave about it. I keep telling my sister, you need to buy it, you need to buy it, you need to buy it. She still hasn't bought it. but she needs to. It is the best foundation. It has such a natural finish, and that's my big thing is I like a natural finish. I don't like something over glossy and over dewy, and I don't like something super matte. I want to add the glow and the matteness where I want it. I don't want my whole face to be one level of glowy or matte. I want to be able to kind of do what I want to with it. So this, having a natural finish, is perfect for me. And best part, it has a doe foot applicator. And to me, every foundation needs to be like this. I freaking love this. Most people will say this is disgusting. I don't care. This is just, it makes my life so much easier, and that is what I want in my makeup routine, things that make it easier for me. So this foundation is probably like the only foundation I wore at all this year, and I absolutely love it. Next, I'm going to talk about a cream contour product, and that is the Melanie Contour and Highlight Duo Cream Stick. And since I stopped wearing foundation, I feel like I'm going to say that a million times in this video, but ever since I stopped wearing foundation, I basically do my entire face in cream first and then add on very little powder on top. But I've been using this stick because it is more of a neutral to cool tone contour stick. And I feel like most contour sticks that I find are very warm, and I want to contour with neutral to cool tone, and then I want to bronze with warm. So I absolutely have been loving this, and it's so easy to blend out. And then to cream highlight, I recently fell back in love with the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. And this is the shade, where's the shade name? Moonlight. This stuff, if you've never used it, it is literally like metal in a bottle. This stuff is absolutely crazy. The intensity of the color is, I mean, it's nuts. I don't even understand how they got this in a bottle. I mean, look at this. Look at that. That's nuts. Do you see that? I don't even know if it's coming up on camera, but this stuff is wild. Now you can blend it out, like obviously you can blend it out and sheer it out, and it just gives you a nice like glow. But the intensity that you can get with it is insane. The next highlighting product I'm going to talk about is from Smashbox, and this is the Blendable Lip and Cheek Color in Hollywood and Highlight. Now I got this as like a Sephora reward, so it's the like miniature version, but I absolutely love this stuff for highlighting in like specific spots where the Cover FX I mostly like mix in with a tinted moisturizer or something along those lines. But this I just love to like draw on my cheekbone, down my nose, above the eyebrow, then blend it in, and it's like the perfect cream highlight. I love the color, I love the consistency. Just been really into creams this year. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to all my powder products. I'm gonna start by talking about a loose powder. This loose powder is amazing. And I do not use it underneath my eyes though, because I feel like it makes my under eye a little too dark. But for my face, oh my gosh. And it is the Aveda Mineral Loose Powder, and it is in the color Translucent. It's not really translucent, so I don't really agree with that statement. But this stuff just melts into your skin and doesn't leave a powdery finish, and it just keeps your face from feeling sticky and tacky, and it has made such a difference. I only use it, like I said, on the outer portion of my face. I don't use it underneath my eyes or like anywhere I want to brighten, because I don't think that it's translucent. I think it has a little bit of color to it. But if you know anything about Aveda, Aveda is an all-natural brand. So for those people who like that vegan, cruelty-free, Aveda is a good product line to look at. But this product, oh my gosh, has just changed my life. Now I'm gonna go into bronzers, and obviously I am someone who likes to glow. So pretty much all of the products I choose to put on my face have some sort of a sheen to them. And the bronzer that I've been loving lately is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. This stuff, it just has such a beautiful sheen to it. It's not like overly glittery, but it definitely has little flecks of glitter in it. But for me, I just love this. I love the sun-kissed glow that it gives your skin and like that all over sheen. And then for blush, it's also from Tarte. I feel like this year I kind of went a little nuts with Tarte. I was such a MAC girl. Like that's all I ever wore was MAC Cosmetics. And then like, I don't know, probably like the last 2 years I've been dabbling in everything else. But this year I'm noticing that I kind of like Tarte. But anyways, so the blushes I'm going to talk about are the Amazonian Clay blushes. These blushes last on your face basically forever. they're crazy. I've never worn a blush that lasts this long. But the two that I've been using is Exposed and Party. It's spelled with like 3 A's, so Party, I'm guessing. They're very similar colors. They're very similar colors. This is Exposed and this is Party. I like more of that mauve-y, rosy tone blush. I like my blush to look a little bit more on the natural color side, and I feel like naturally that's just the color of my cheeks. So these two blushes, like I said, they last forever and the color is absolutely perfect. I can pair them both. Mostly Exposed is what I've been wearing because I can literally put Exposed on with any single makeup look. Cool, warm, neutral, it doesn't matter, and it looks amazing. Then for highlight, I have one single highlight and then I have a palette. The single highlight that I have been going nuts with is the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter. Ofra's highlighters are freaking gorgeous. They're a tiny bit pricey, but they're so worth it. They're freaking amazing. And I got this one in my BoxyCharm a couple months ago, and I've literally haven't stopped using it. It's pretty much the only thing I've been using ever since I got it, and I absolutely love it. It is the perfect like champagne undertone. It's got a little bit of a gold hue to it, but it's nothing too crazy that it's gonna affect like the level of warmth in my makeup. And the highlighter palette that I'm going to mention, this palette, the fact that this was limited edition makes me so sad because eventually I will run out of at least one color and I'm not gonna be able to buy it again, which I'm gonna be depressed about. But it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero palette. Now, I am someone who likes to glow. I do not want a subtle highlight, if you cannot tell. I don't want like a subtle sheen. I want glow. I like glitter. I want it to be a little ridiculous. I want someone to look at me and be like, you know, you got a little too much highlighter on your face, right? I'm like, yeah, I do, and I'm liking it. And that's what this does for me, and I freaking love it. It is a very, very, very metallic highlighting palette, and I love the fact that it has so many different colors. The only one that I don't use, and if I'm being completely honest, I think I've used it maybe like once, it's this one over here, Daydream. It's just so orangey to me that I just don't ever really feel a need to use it on my face. The thing I do use it for though is I use it on the lid or on the inner corner, and oh my god, gorgeous. Same with the white one, you put that on your inner corner and holy crap, it's blinding and it's freaking, it's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. This is the best highlighting palette ever. Now, while we're talking about palettes, I want to mention a contour palette. This is something I recently got. I say recently, and I mean that I got it in the beginning of the year. That's not that recent. But ever since I got it, this has become my favorite contour palette. I used to be obsessed with the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D. But, if you can't tell, I like this palette a little bit. I feel like these two colors for brightening the under eye, oh my gosh. I put these on and it's like, they just get pushed forward so much and they've made such a difference. And then for contour, I have been mixing these two for contour, and then I bronze my face with this when I use this palette. And it's just, again, made such a difference. This is the palette I actually travel with. If I go anywhere, this is the one I bring because it literally has contour, bronzer. It's got a subtle highlight. Again, not into subtle highlights. But this to me is a good one to put on as a base, like all over your cheek kind of, and then put the highlight at the high points of your cheek. But this palette has just, it's just amazing. And the fact that you can actually buy all of these powders on their own, I really like that because I don't want to have to buy an entire palette when I'm completely out of one color, because clearly I'm going to be out of one color before I'm out of everything else. So I just like the fact that you can buy each color individually, and then you can also kind of pick and choose, because I have the light to medium palette, and if you want more of a little bit of a deeper contour color, then you can buy that one color. So I really like that you can do that. Now for eyeshadow this year, I have been really into just taking a shimmering shade and like putting it on my lid with my finger and being done, because this year has been all about making my life easier. I've said this a million times in my videos, I feel like, but I was pregnant most of the year with twins and very uncomfortable, not wanting to do much. So every time I left the house, I'm like, how can I get this done as quickly as possible? Because I would sit down in my chair to do my makeup and I would instantly start sweating. And when I say instantly, I mean instantly start sweating. If I wore too much clothes, if I wore any clothes, I would just start dripping. So I don't want to sit there and do my makeup for 40 minutes. I wanted everything to be simplified. And this year, my makeup routine is so simplified. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. But that's all I did this year. Pretty much any shimmery shade, dip my finger in it, put it all over my lid, and be done. But there were 2 eyeshadow palettes that were basically the only palettes I dipped into. Now I bought a whole bunch of other ones this year, and I barely touched them, like the Jaclyn Hill one. Now I love it. But I think I've only used it a handful of times because I have been using Jeffree Star's eyeshadow palettes like nobody's business. Now, the Beauty Killer palette is not very wearable, but it has 2 shades that I basically cannot live without. Courtney, best transition shade I've ever used in my life. I dip into this eyeshadow palette almost every single time I do my makeup. Jeffree Star, please come out with single pans because pretty soon that shadow is going to be gone. And then I also use China White to kind of blend underneath my brow bone to my transition shade because I don't like a really metallic brow bone highlight because I've been growing out my brows because I've kind of over tweezed. And so I haven't been getting them waxed. And if you put a metallic or shimmering shade under your brow, it's just going to make all those hairs stand out. So I've been using something matte. That is what I've been using. And I mean, I've used Confession a little bit, Princess in the inner corner, but for the most part, I don't really touch the other shades because they're not like everyday wearable shades. But for these 2 colors, I literally dip into this palette almost every single time I do my makeup. And the other palette is the Androgyny palette. I bought this palette in the summer when I bought his summer lip collection. And ever since I bought it, I think I use it almost every single time I do my makeup as well. And the reason is because, so the other one has a warm tone transition shade, and this one has the perfect cool tone transition shade. And I like cool tones on my eyes. And then it's got, you know, the warm tone if you want it. It's got the gold. Then what I have been doing with my makeup, if I don't just take a shimmering shade, which is one of this, like this one and this one, I will just take and just dab it over my lid and be done. But if I don't do that, I do kind of what I have going on right now where I kind of create a winged look with eyeshadow. And I literally do that with every single one of these colors because they're just gorgeous. And they're fall colors, but when you mute them the way I did here, like it's all diffused, you can wear it any time of the year and it looks gorgeous. So these 2 palettes have literally been the only palettes that I've been using. Okay, so really quickly, I'm going to talk about mascaras. I am someone who does not wear falsies on even a semi-regular basis. I just don't want to deal with it. I like a simple makeup routine. I feel like I'm going to talk about that like constantly. But anyways, I load up the mascara. I will layer 3, 4, 5 different kinds. I do not care. I just want lashes, lots of them. So the brush is like super spiky and it's a little on the firm side. And basically what it does is it just separates your lashes a little bit. When you use a lot of mascara, it clumps together. So I've just kind of gotten used to a clumpy lash line. But with this stuff, it just kind of separates everything and kind of gives you that falsy look. But they're my lashes, which I love because, again, I don't like falsies. And there's one setting spray this year that has made a difference for me. Now, I do not like the lasting power. I don't think this does anything to the way my makeup lasts, but the finish that this gives my face, I absolutely love it. I think it is the perfect amount of glow. I sometimes will even spray this on my face if I don't have any makeup on, just to kind of give my face a little bit of like a dewy, supple look. And I love it. And the price point, you can't beat it. You can get it at Target, so it's perfect. So last thing I'm going to talk about is lips. I feel like this video is 8,000 years long, and I apologize for that, but last thing I'm just going to talk about really quick is lips. I am someone who, I think I've said this before, I probably talk about it all the time, but I like a transfer-free lip. I have children, I have a husband. My husband refuses to kiss me in public if there's going to be lipstick all over his face. So I like something that doesn't transfer. I like to kiss my kids. I don't want them walking around with big red lips or pink lips all over their face or their head. So I want something that doesn't transfer. So I choose to wear a liquid lipstick. And if you've watched any of my videos, my favorite brand is Jeffree Star's. And his summer collection came out. I was done. That changed my life in liquid lipsticks. Now, it did come out with a few colors, like that green one. I don't know if you guys saw it. A little questionable. Don't know if I'll ever wear it, but I did buy it. But the only liquid lipsticks I've basically been wearing since I purchased it are all from his summer collection. And here, let's see if I can. And these are them. I have basically been living in these liquid lipsticks. I'm wearing on my mouth right now Calabasas and Candy Ass in the center, just to give it a little bit of a sheen. I love that he comes out with these crazy metallic colors. I think they're freaking awesome. So this is like my go-to color look. And then when I want a nude lip, I do some sort of combination of the three of these. And they are Family Jewels, Hunty, and Butt Naked. I usually will start with Family Jewels and then put one of these two in the center to give it more of a pout, just depending on how dramatic I want to go with it. But I just feel like this is like the perfect undertone, the perfect darkness. I absolutely love these. Now, last product I'm going to talk about, I actually just discovered it probably like, I don't know, 2 months ago. And on the internet, you see such divided views on this. People either absolutely hate it, think it's the worst thing ever, or people like me think it's the greatest thing ever created. And don't shoot me for saying this, but it is Lip Sense. Oh my freaking God. I'm beyond obsessed with these things. Like I said, I like transfer proof. I do not want color moving all over my face, getting on anything. So I don't want color getting on anything. So these are a lifesaver for me. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors, and I need more because they're so freaking awesome. And then I have 2 different glosses. I have the glossy gloss and then the sand gloss. But these are just freaking amazing. If you are someone who likes a gloss and you hate the things that you hate about a gloss, you hate the fact that they transfer, you hate the fact that they're sticky, you hate the fact that you have to reapply it 8,000 times a day, these, you have to check them out. They're a little on the pricey side. They're like $22, I think, for one color, but they're worth it to me. To me, they're the same investment you spend on a liquid lip. Those are expensive, but this, same great qualities about a liquid lip, but a gloss, because they're awesome. You should try them. They're amazing. These are probably my favorite thing I discovered this year. Out of everything on this table, these have just changed my life. And that is all of my beauty favorites for 2017. Like I said in the intro, this year has been crazy for me. It's had a lot of ups and a lot of downs. I don't want to cry, but this was probably one of the most rewarding years of my life, but also one of the hardest. I went through a lot when it came to my pregnancy. So I thank God that everything turned out the way that it did. And this year was just a blessing for me. And I hope that it was for all of you. And I cannot wait for this year. I think that this year just has a lot of really good things, I think, in it. I just have this gut feeling that this year's just going to be a good year. For me, for everybody, I just feel like we need it. As a country, as people, we need a good year. So I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave and hit that bell button so you get notified every single time I upload. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Product. Why is your bicycle up here? You carried your bicycle up the stairs? Dominic, what did you put in the back? You have crackers in the... Oh, God. You are so silly.